Tonight, I have a very special guest. She's a woman about town. Deborah Bell, events here in person. Deborah Bell, I'm so excited to have you on the set, gorgeous.
I'm excited to be here. I've known you for quite some time, and to run into you and ask me to come to your stage, to your program was very honorable. I appreciate it very much.
It's my honor, girl, and what you do is amazing. I'm in awe of you. You do so many events as you have in the previous past when I knew you years ago. And we reconnected. But what I love is you're so involved in charity events and more so involved in the networking. And you lift so many women up. You connect so many people. And doing events is a challenge because, it's so competitive. Tell me your secret.
I believe when you work with anybody, whether it's a new person or older, I don't mean age, but somebody that, has been around for a while, is that a lot of people get stuck in their thoughts. This is how we've always done it, 25 years ago. And my goal is to bring this person to fruition into the now instead of staying in the behind, might I say. It really works. And you get on the page with your potential client of giving them ideas that they've never even known about before. So all of a sudden it's a surprise. And I said, all you have to do is just try it and look at it and see how it feels. Because once you cross that threshold, you will never go back.
Right. Well, I think you can see the vision, but also the change. And we were on the set today, and I heard someone say, just because you've done the same thing for 20 years doesn't mean it's right. So that's what you're saying. Sometimes you want to change it up. And I'm sure the budget changes. Some people have an endless budget, and then some people have a manageable budget.
Yeah.
And, events, flowers, everything that goes with it, it all comes with a price. And so a lot of times you find that, you want to have the vision come to fruition, but the vision doesn't always match the person's budget. How do you work with that?
It's really quite easy for me to do that because I do it quite often. And because people don't always realize when they're doing it, they don't realize how intense our job is to fulfill what they want. So you teach them at the moment, I like your idea, it's a great start, but let me expand it for you. So you're getting part of you in it and part of the future in it, which clarifies you to be in the now.
Right. So I know things change so often, and you've been in the business for quite a while.
Yeah,
what do you?
About that.
We won't talk about that. So what do you see as the biggest changes from the event business, floral business, all of that? Charlotte has grown and changed, but what do you feel with the industry, how it's grown and changed?
I would suggest that it's really kind of the same but different. They've grown into many huge venues now, which is a big sign because you have big companies coming in, and of course we just sit back and applaud that. The one in Noda, it's like 800 people. That's where I do the Charlotte Humane Society. I actually am the fundraiser for it every year, and I do all the decorations for it. So I just think all of it is. It's just to teach people and say, this is where we're going. And for instance, I have an appointment, which is one of my big accounts with Davidson College, and they have a new head person in there. And I said, well, I called them up and I said, I'd really like to talk to him and just do a presentation. And most people don't do that. I mean, they haven't given me a new position yet, and that's fine, but my point being is engage and let them know that they have value and what value you can bring to them to bring to a higher standard.
I love that. Not afraid to ask. Now we're going to take a quick break and show some of your fabulous work. And now we're going to show some beautiful works by Deborah Bell Events. What a beautiful, beautiful work. So you just have an array of expertise. I love the weddings, the formal events, the charity events, the natural, like you said, Davidson College. So I love your works, and they're so creative and very different. So, we were talking about keeping yourself current and how to do that. But you don't just do florals, you do events. And I can remember from years ago, one of our mutual friends, I met you at a couple events, and I was in awe of your talent, your raw talent. Now, is that something when you're doing events that do you take classes on that, and how do you keep current?
No, I'm an artist.
Right.
I will clarify, I am an artist.
Love it.
And the best definition you can give. I don't ever know, like I didn't know this was going to turn out like this, and I'm going to show you later.
Right.
It's innate. It's like an artist with a canvas.
A canvas, a blank
it's
canvas.
The same thing. So,
Right.
And people say, well, what is it going to look like? And this is my answer. I always say it's going to have the colors that you want in it, but the design will not necessarily appear to be what your vision is, because we're on two different wavelengths. And my job is for you to go, wow, I could have not done that. I love the colors, that I want. So it's basically letting them know that what they bring to the table is great, but let me take it to the second level, because that's where my talent is.
So I love it. I love it. You are an artiste. Like, I
Yeah.
love that. You're talented and you're a designer, but you're an artist. I mean, that is true. So there's so much competition in the arena that you're in, so much. And there's a new, event planner, event specialist, event owner showing up every day, every day.
Correct.
But you keep yourself so current, and I'm going to give you kudos. You network like no one I've ever seen. You are just out there networking. So do you feel like that's a big part of it because you're such a big networker?
I would say a small part, but where I come to light is like when I went back to Davidson College. It's been 2.5 years ago. I used to work there when I lived up at Lake Norman. And to be able to say I work for the president at Davidson College, I do all of their events, that's a reward enough for me. And I think most people go, wow, well, if she's working for him. I don't get into the mainstream of going to all the social things,
Right.
NACE and all that. It's not my cup of tea, because it's all about what they're doing, and I would rather keep what I'm doing to myself so I can share it with the world.
I love that. Now, the last question I'm going to ask you is a good one. You are the best at lifting other women up. A lot of women are insecure around other women. They don't want the other women to shine. But I noticed at every event I've ever been with you, you connect people. You want people to shine. And in saying that, you also shine as the biggest star because you embrace everyone and lift people up. So how do you, a lot of women can't do that. So
I've grown into it.
Okay.
Just, I'm not going to go all the way back, but I have grown into it that the more love you can give out to people, the more it's going to come back to you.
Right.
And people, that instead of screaming or, denigrating somebody, you're not going to help them. So you take their best asset and you work on that, and that gives them the energy to become somebody they want to be greater than, and then it just evolves into that.
What a power you
It's
have.
it's
I love
just
it.
a gift.
I admire you. I admire you for that.
Thank you. I admire you too.
Well, thank you. Well, I want to thank you so much for being a guest on the show tonight. It has been absolutely my honor, and I hope you'll come back.
Well, I'd like to thank you with one of my special designs made just for you.
Oh,
I
this
appreciate
is
it.
gorgeous.
And thank you so much for having me on your show. It's been a great time meeting everybody and being interviewed by you, lovely Deborah. Thank you
love
so
it.
much.
Thank you, Deborah.
I know this is
Mutual.
quite funny. Yeah.
These are beautiful. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Deborah Bell Events. She is absolutely the best at events, but also the best at networking and lifting other women up. Isn't that what we're on earth to do? Empower each other. So you today are going to empower another woman.